Step 1. Measure and layout. Measure the floor surface adjacent to the structure and mark the center point on the floor and wall. Extend the line of the wall surface point onto the structure vertically. Determine the proper hanging rail height. Mark the column shoe locations. Verify that all of the markings are square. Reference the diagram in the included installation guide for measurements specific to your kit. Step 2. Hanging rail. Center the interior edge of the first piece of hanging rail on the center mark. Then attach the hanging rail using a level and the approved fasteners. Repeat this process to attach the second piece on the opposite side of the center mark. Step 3. Foundation attachment. Center the column shoe on the marks using the pre-drilled attachment holes for visual reference. Attach the column shoe to the floor surface with the approved fasteners. Stand the column on the column shoe, level, and attach the column to the shoe with the approved fasteners. Be sure to slide the washer onto the screws before attaching. Cover with the screw caps and repeat until all of the columns are attached. Step 4. Column and beam attachment. A two-piece beam requires the insertion of a beam splice. Measure and draw a line down the center of the beam splice. Insert the beam splice halfway into an open end of each beam. Line up the pre-drilled holes on the bracket with the predetermined bracket locations on the beam. Attach the rafter to beam brackets on the top side of the beam with the approved fasteners. Lift and insert the beam into the pre-notched columns, centering the beam connection to the center of the center column, confirming horizontal level. Be sure to lift under the beam piece only. Lifting from the corbel ends may result in damage. Start with the center column. Maintaining vertical level, measure and mark the screw locations on the column for a uniform look. Repeat the marking procedure per column as necessary. Attach the center column to the beam using the approved fasteners. Be sure to slide the washer onto the screws. Cover the screws with screw caps and repeat the attachment process to all of the additional columns. Step 5. Rafter to beam connection. Starting with the center rafter, insert the rafter into the hanging rail and align it with the corresponding bracket on the beam. Attach the rafter to the hanging rail with the approved fasteners. Using a level on the center column to ensure the level of the column and beam assembly, attach the rafter to the corresponding rafter to beam bracket with the approved fasteners on both sides. Be sure to slide the washers onto the screws and cover with the screw caps. Repeat the process to level the column beam assemblies and attach the rafters on the outermost right and left side. Install the remaining rafters per each specific kit. Step 6. Crescent lattice installation. Locate and mark the center point of the pre-installed snap lock bracket on the center rafter closest to the structure. Center the interior edge of the first piece of lattice into the pre-installed snap lock bracket and snap into place. Continue snapping the lattice into each snap lock bracket on the top of the rafters. Repeat the process installing the remaining lattice, working away from the structure. Repeat the lattice installation process on the opposite side of the center point. Thank you. This completes the Pergola kit installation steps. We hope you found this information helpful, and we know you are going to enjoy your new Pergola for years to come.